Good evening. Students clashed with police during a demonstration at the University of Birmingham that officers said escalated into a serious public order incident. 13 people were arrested after violence erupted. The university said smoke bombs and fireworks were thrown. Doors were smashed down and staff injured on its Edgbaston campus last night. The protest was being staged against rising tuition fees and low staff wages. Supporters of Defend Education Birmingham unfurled a banner on the university clock tower and occupied two buildings. Joanne Riddle reports.
These were the scenes as a rally turned ugly at the University of Birmingham. Students from around the country had travelled here. The university said staff were injured, fireworks and smoke bombs thrown and doors smashed down. Protesters claim they were kettled by police, something officers strongly refute.
I don't know what the official definition of kettling is, but I was trapped on a freezing cold rooftop for 4 hours with the police not letting anyone go. So I think that must be pretty close to what is defined as kettling.
Two groups, Defend Education Birmingham and the National Campaign Against Fees and Cuts, were involved in the rally, but the university's Guild of Students has expressed its disappointment. Meanwhile, graffiti appearing to promote the demonstration was still in evidence today, where we spoke to a student who condemned the protests.
They're a minority and they're not representing the student body, so people don't feel as though they're being represented, so they shouldn't be doing this. And the damage in the university property, which no one really likes to see.
How much damage has been done?
There's been graffiti. I think it was just graffiti on the Bramwell Music Building.
The university has issued a statement saying that whilst peaceful protest is part of university life, it will not tolerate behaviour which harms people, damages property and causes significant disruption. It emerged tonight that some students are still occupying a building on campus. A legal notice for them to leave is expected to be enforced on Monday. Joanne Riddle, BBC Midlands Today, Birmingham.
Well, I'm joined now from outside Birmingham University by Michael Chesham of the National Campaign Against Fees and Cuts. Good evening to you. People were hurt last night. Do you defend the actions of the protesters?
Well, I think it's always unfortunate when anyone gets hurt, but let's be absolutely clear, there is a world of difference between breaking padlocks and breaking doors and violence to people. Real violence is violence to people. That came overwhelmingly from the police and security guards. There were students who have been hospitalised, who were denied access to medical treatment on campus, and I think that's disgraceful.
What is the point of the whole thing?
Well, I think what we're fighting for is a vision for education at all levels, which is free and accessible, which is democratic, run by the people who give it life, not by unaccountable managers, and which has justice on campus, which doesn't rely on exploiting staff and education workers. That was the message of yesterday's protest, and I think that's the message of a growing student movement that is more than ever before holistically rejecting the government's, and indeed many university management.
I think I have to argue with you there. I mean, the Guild of
education.
Students at Birmingham University have actually distanced themselves from what you're doing.
Well, I think the Guild of Students statement was unfortunate.
From your point of view?
They've taken that line. Well, obviously from my point of view, that's why I'm here. But I think that the message that was taken out yesterday and the message that is spreading across the country to a burgeoning student movement has an enormous backing, a very widespread backing among
But the
students,
universities say you're unrepresentative.
Well, I think that's simply not true. Who do the university represent? David Eastwood, the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Birmingham, is a man who earns almost £500,000 a year and is elected by no one. I think the student movement is more than ever and is far more than university management's representative of opinion on campus.
Michael
and that's
Chesham,
what we're fighting
we'll have
for.
to leave it
what
there.
we're fighting for is...
Thank you very much. Well, from one university to another, Staffordshire